folks, Pam Graham here. Today's video is going to be about one aspect that could cause a real estate market crash in our area, and that is foreclosures. Now, I've been hearing that there's like 20 million homes about to be foreclosed on, so this is the start of the market crash, and I can't find those homes. I look for them on Google. I look for them at our local courthouse, and I can't find them. So I wanted to talk about just the foreclosure aspect right now. And we have to remember that this is very, very local. So what happens in Jacksonville is totally different than what may happen in South Dakota. So you have to look at your market locally. And I have to have a cheat sheet because I'm a little older and I forget numbers, but I wanted to give you a perspective. Right now, we're in a very, very hot seller's market, as you already know. And the foreclosure rate here in Northeast Florida, and I'm covering Duval, Clay, and St. Johns County. So from October 1st until now, there has been a total of 878 homes that list pendants has been filed. Not foreclosed on, just been filed. So that means they still have months to go. That's it. For all three counties, 878. So let's put it in perspective a little bit more. If all those houses foreclosed, and by no means do I want them to foreclose. I cannot stand to see people who lose their homes. It's really sad, and that's not what I wish. But I just wanted to use it as an example. If all of those houses came on the market and added to the current inventory, we would still be under 2 months inventory, which means the current inventory would take under 2 months to sell if no other homes came on the market. So we would still be in a very strong seller's market. And that right there, that's about supply and demand. We still don't have the supply, but the demand is still really high. So locally, we're not seeing that a crash is coming. Now, I know what you're thinking. What about those people who did forbearance in 2020? I mean, just think, COVID hit about 2 years ago. Crazy, it's been 2 years already. But let's talk about the forbearance people and what's happening with those situations. So let's touch on forbearance. If you remember in 2020, there was a lot of talk about mortgage forbearance. We were getting shut down. People were panicking. They weren't able to make their mortgage payments, or they were afraid they weren't going to be able to make their mortgage payments because it was so unknown. So Mortgage Bankers Association, they report, they started reporting in June 2020, keeping track of how many loans were in forbearance and who were following through and paying it on time. So all of 2021, they saw a decrease in that, which means less and less people were in forbearance. It decreased in December over November by 26 points. So less and less people are in forbearance. They've either made the payments, or a lot of times the bank would put it on at the end of the loan. And also, here's the other thing too. Almost 95% of the total loans that are being serviced are on-time payments. They're not in foreclosure, they're not delinquent. Over 95%, so there's like 5% that are delinquent. So as you can see, that's still not justifying the 20 million that is getting thrown around. So here's my thing. Is the market going to crash? It is unknown. Will it be because of foreclosures? At this time, no. And this time, the supply and demand is still crazy. Little supply, the demand is high. At this point, we're not seeing enough foreclosures coming out on the market to make even a slightest dent for buyers. And that still makes sellers afraid to put their house on the market if they don't have a house to go to, unless it's in cases that they have to move. So don't believe the hype. If you see articles, and there's local news stations that are reporting that we're cooling down. We are not cooling down because we're still in a very, very tight seller's market. So talk to your local experts in your area. Take these articles with a grain of salt. Ask questions. Don't believe the hype. If you have any questions for like the local Northeast Florida area, I love answering questions. You can feel free to call me, text me, send me a message, and ask your questions, and I'll be happy to answer them. Thanks for watching.